Hey storytellers, it's me Summer, and I've got another story to tell. So for those of you who don't know, I'm currently on exchange in London studying abroad. That means I'm celebrating Ramadan by myself this year, which is totally cool. There's a lot of us out there, but these are 5 different ways that you can celebrate Ramadan on your own. And this isn't just for students. There's a bunch of people out there that are celebrating alone because they've had to relocate for work, they've had to relocate for other reasons. So this one's for you. If you're in need of any tips or tricks, these are mine. Let's get right into it. So, tip number 1, find your community. As a student, you have access to, I hope you have access to like a Muslim student association or an Islamic student association is what they call it here, Islamic society. So find your Muslim hub. This could even be the mosque. Find a Muslim hub where you can meet other people that are kind of that are based here, that are in the same situation as you, that can kind of relate to you. But finding other Muslims in the community to kind of celebrate with makes a huge difference. Here they have an Islamic society. So I went to their halqa last week and I got to meet other Muslim sisters and it was really good. Creating community and finding community makes the world of a difference. I also am going to be going to Tarawih this week, so hopefully I'll bump into some people there. But you know what? There's lots of room to find community within the spot that you've relocated to. So go out there, put yourself out there and find those people. Tip number 2 has to do with food. So if you're like me, food is where the heart is. I'm joking. No, food is definitely a big part of my life. I love food. I love eating food. I love finding different kinds of food. And a big part of Ramadan is food. So for me in my house, we spend like a day, maybe 2. We call it Ramadan prep weekend. Usually it's the weekend before Ramadan starts. And we will go grocery shopping specifically for Ramadan. There's specific staples that you have to get. So in my house, mango shake is something that we love to drink. So we get a bunch of mango pulp. We make keema samosas, or ground beef samosas, for those of you who don't know what those are. Spring rolls, patties, fruit chaat. It's like a fruit salad with some spice on it. What else do we make? We make a bunch of things. So what I did was this year for Ramadan, I went and I made samosas. I did fruit chaat. I found spring rolls because those are really easy to find. You can get them anywhere, I find. And if you can't find them, you can definitely make them. They're not hard to make at all. But finding food that resonates with you and making it and kind of creating your own little traditions, I think that makes a difference too. So that's what I did this year, and I tried to make as much Ramadan food as I could. And I have access to a kitchen, so it's a lot easier for me because I can make it. But if you don't have access to a kitchen, try finding it and buying it. Like samosas, if that's something that you guys eat during iftar, I'm sure where you are you can find some kind of equivalent. And if you can't, then make your own traditions. Start new things with the area you're in. If you're in a spot that they don't really have those, then find something that kind of is similar to that, in a sense that will give you that Ramadan feeling that food gives me. Tip number 3. Get in that Ramadan spirit, okay? Find ways to get in the spirit, whether that means decorating your space, creating a vision board, goals. Get in the Ramadan spirit. This year, before Ramadan started, I set my 30 goals. So every day I try to tick off a little thing. So if I know there's like a 30 for 30 challenge, kind of like the 70 hard. I call it the Ramadan hard. So every day I do 20 pages of the Quran. I try to read all 5 of my namaz or salah. I do that one little goal every day. So whether that be smile, learn a new hadith and try to apply it in your life, wake up for tahajjud, habits that hopefully I can start to do every every day, even outside of Ramadan. So I did that. You know, like finding different things, learning a new dua, maybe if that is something you're interested in. Get in that Ramadan spirit. If that means spiritually, do it that way. If it means physically, I got fairy lights, I decorated my space, I have a vision board. If I had access to a printer, I designed a print for Ramadan that I have on my computer. So sometimes if I could print it, then I would put it up on my TIK board. So if you have access to a printer, put it up on your TIK board, frame it if you can, do something like that. Make the space Ramadani, get in that Ramadan spirit. Tip number 4 would have to be calling family members. And this doesn't have to be your immediate family. This could be everybody and anybody. Something that I want to do outside of Ramadan is be better at keeping in touch with family members. So this year, what I did for the first week, I picked 2 people in my family and I called them. So I call my parents every day and I call my sisters every day. So I don't count them. But I called my aunts and my uncles, cousins, grandparents. If you don't, I call my grandparents, I try to call them every day. If I don't call them every day, at least twice or 3 times a week. So calling your family members, calling friends, calling people that will kind of make you feel a little bit less homesick, that also makes a world of a difference, because hearing those voices can sometimes be therapeutic. I don't know what the science behind it is. I just know when I call home and I call family, it makes me feel better. So maybe calling home and seeing what they're up to, that also makes a huge difference. Tip number 5 would have to be what I like to call the Ramadan routine. So create a routine for yourself. Whether that means, for me, it's doing an hour of ibadah at the end of my night. So usually that means my 20 pages, if I can fit that in the hour. Sometimes it goes a little bit more than an hour, but it just depends. So I'll do my hour of Quran, duas, whatever else. I'll watch a YouTube video, the 30 for 30 Omar Suleiman series. I love that one. Finding equivalents to that if you're not a fan of that. So trying that out. I know creating a routine makes another difference. It makes a difference for me, at least. It just kind of normalizes everything and kind of creates this sense of stability throughout Ramadan. So trying that, especially as a student, that will help too, because I know towards the end of Ramadan, it's finals for a lot of us. We're getting into that last part of the semester. Assignments are coming up, deadlines, exams, whatever else people that are graduating of your dissertations do. So I mean, it's a stressful time in that sense, but creating a routine, creating that sense of stability also makes the world of a difference. So storytellers, those are my 5 tips on how to celebrate and normalize Ramadan while you're away from home. I hope you liked this video and I hope that these things are helping you. Please comment down below any other tips or tricks that you have for me and other people. Definitely would be useful. And if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe to our storyteller family, and I will see you guys in the next video.